field, the lanes, as we get ready for this men's 200 in the short sprints.
Yeah, you mentioned the Canadians. Let's start here with Aaron Brown. This is his Grand Slam debut, three-time Olympian. He has a gold, a silver, and a bronze as a part of the 4x1 relays. Yeah. The crowd has been incredible here in Philly for the Grand Slam, and Kenny Bednarek, two-time Olympic silver medalist at 200 meters, deserves all that praise and adoration.
Here's Zharnel Hughes, who you mentioned. Second in both of the slam races to Kenny.
Andre de Grasse, if there's a medal on the line, John, he is going to snag one. Seven-time Olympic medalist, five-time world champion. Just incredible what he's done for Canada.
Ryan Levell, Jamaica. Always a big contingent of Jamaican track fans here in Philadelphia when they come through. He's broken 20 in his lifetime. Udodi Onwuzurike, NCAA champ when he was at Stanford in the 200.
And I just love, love, love this addition here. Christian Coleman making his Grand Slam debut. Yeah, world champion in 2019 at 100 meters. The 100 is better event, but he's definitely has some chops here in the 200 as well.
Yep, and again, to see how things go as he's made a coaching change at age 29 and in lane 1. Tight turn, Christian Miller. Only guy that doesn't have a PR under 20 in this field, but the kid's 19, so let's give him some slack. Let's give him some time to build on that.
What a great opportunity for him to be on this track with these athletes. I mean,
set.
Twist from Hughes, but he got away, but Kenny's got away strongly as well. And in fact, Kenny Bednarek has taken a meter out of Zharnel Hughes around the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No, no, no. Here goes Kenny away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993. Another great performance. It's just been taken to 1995. Daylight. In fact, almost a week between him and the rest. Never mind a day. It was
he said a week.
So far ahead of everybody.
1995 on this track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him doing those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn, because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally. Was behind him and saw him for the entire race, considering this track. But for Kenny to run 1995, which would be good on a normal track, is just a testament, like I said, to the type of shape he's in, the confidence he has, and what he wants to do when he actually races the no allowances and the Les Sile Tabojos.
Yeah, one or two new sprinters coming to the fore, but Tabogo is the guy, 200 Olympic champion, but Kenny just seems to be on a different level.
And dare I say this, let me just take a look right here for the last 50 meters. I really don't think he's pushing it in the last maybe 40 meters, which makes it even scarier.
But everyone talks about keep relaxed, and you run quicker. But you're right, he just does.
They're beyond relaxed sometimes. Yeah. I think he's actually saving his legs for that 100, which is strategically a good idea.
Yeah, the wind in the bag. Oh, it was in the bag after about 50 meters, but really surprising to see him that far ahead of everybody else. And as you mentioned, on this track, that's super fast for Kenny. The wind actually came up at 0. There is a breeze, but by the time they got around that bend, look at the flags on top of the old building here.
And it's cold.
It's cold, it's a little bit chilly, but just incredible. Really good. Right, so another 12 points for Kenny heading to the 100 meters. When you look down at that list, Coleman, former Olympic champion, just one of the big names in here. There's one or two new ones to kind of look out for. We'll point them out. Aaron Brown, very experienced Canadian on the outside. Was at the World Relays with de Grasse. Lots of guys went there to help the teams qualify for the World Championships later this year. Those World Relays were in China. Kenny Bednarek, though, will be concentrating on Grand Slam, and why not? And he's been running quick, 19.84 in Miami in this event. has won it both times. Can Hughes get on terms? He ran in Atlanta recently in a straight 200 meters where he ran 19.55 with a very slight following wind. As his slide just slightly over the limit, but that just shows where he's at the moment. Grasse will be trying to hang on to the two of them round that bend. He's in lane 5. Decent lane draw for him. The 21-year-old Jamaican, Levell, only once under 20 seconds, but that's a great thing to do. His next best after that is 20.34, so he kind of wants to get more consistent in that low 20-second mark, the young Jamaican. Onwuzurike and is in lane 3. Mentioned this tricky 3 inside lanes here. Around the 100 in those games in Atlanta, got beat by Simbine, and everyone's been getting beat by Simbine this year. Christian Coleman, like you, Anson, saw him yesterday practicing at the start out of lane 2, just trying to get familiar with this. 100 meters, of course, by far his best event, but he's no slouch at 200 on his day. And then Christian Miller, 19-year-old, just a couple of weeks ago. He actually beat Christian Coleman in Tokyo in the Grand Prix just recently, over 100 meters. And it'll be interesting to see how he goes at the longer sprint here. He's not known as much at the 200. So Brown on the outside. Kenny's in 7. Hughes is in 6. Grasse is in 5. Anyone else going to get involved? What about Christian Coleman all the way in lane 2?
I'm thinking all Kenny right now, man. What's he going to do? And Zharnel, is he going to show that he's got something?
Might just have a breeze on the back of the athletes down the home straight. Could work for them. There's a little twitch from Hughes, but he got away, but Kenny's got away strongly as well. And in fact, Kenny Bednarek has taken a meter out of Zharnel. Hughes round the top bend. Aaron Brown has had to watch him glide past him. Look at Coleman in lane 2. He has come to the races here. Can he maintain? No, no, no. Here goes Kenny, away and gone. Kenny wins it, 1993. Another great performance. It's just been taken to 1995. Daylight. In fact, almost a week between him and the rest. Never mind a day. It was
He said a week.
So far ahead of everybody.
1995 on this track is absolutely ridiculous, man. Like I said, I saw him do those turns yesterday effortlessly, making up the stagger on Aaron Brown within the first 20 or 30 meters, which is a testament to the speed around the turn, because Aaron Brown is actually a really good turn runner. So I know Hughes did what he could. You know, he saw him for the entire race, literally was behind him and saw him for the entire race, but did what he could. Kenny got him straight away, and just no one's going to catch him by that point.
So try and explain this, because Hughes is running very, very well, but he's half a second behind.
The men's 200 meters at the 2025 Grand Slam track meet in Philadelphia became one of the most electrifying races of the season, bringing together a world-class lineup and delivering a performance that fans will remember for a long time. From the moment the sprinters stepped onto the track, the air buzzed with anticipation, because everyone knew that Kenny Bednarek was ready to put on a show. The field featured some of the biggest names in global sprinting: Canada's Andre de Grasse and Aaron Brown, Great Britain's Zharnel Hughes, Jamaica's Brian Levell, Nigeria's Udodi Onwuzurike, and Americans Christian Coleman and rising prodigy Christian Miller. Each arrived with strong credentials: de Grasse with his Olympic pedigree, Hughes with his blazing 19.55 wind-assisted run earlier in the season, Brown with years of relay experience, and Coleman testing himself at 200 meters after major changes in his training setup. But all eyes were still on Bednarek. Coming into the meet with 2 Grand Slam victories and a season's best of 19.84, he carried the confidence of an athlete who had completely mastered the rhythm of the bend. Positioned in lane 7, he stood exactly where he performs best, slightly outside the chaos, with room to open his stride early. At the gun, Christian Miller exploded from the blocks with youthful aggression, but within seconds Bednarek took full command. His acceleration through the curve was smooth, powerful, and perfectly timed. He closed the stagger on Aaron Brown almost instantly, sending a clear message that no one would dictate the race but him. Hughes and de Grasse tried to respond, but Bednarek's transition into the straightaway was simply untouchable. By the 150-meter mark, the American had already created a visible gap. Grasse lifted his cadence, Hughes fought to maintain form, and Brown pushed from the outside, yet none could match Bednarek's rhythm. His stride remained fluid and controlled, the kind of running that looks effortless despite the incredible speed. He crossed the line in 19.95 seconds, a dominant, authoritative victory that reinforced his status as the man to beat in the 200 meters this season. Behind him, the battle for the remaining positions continued, but the night undeniably belonged to Kenny Bednarek, the American star whose combination of precision, confidence, and raw power once again left the world trailing in his wake.